NXT New Year's Evil 2024 match card and predictions for you on this video. 6 matches in total, including the NXT Championship, the NXT Women's Championship, and who will win the men's breakout tournament, the final of course taking place on this show. But before that, we've got 3 other matches on the undercard, and we're going to start off with Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton in the singles match in a ranch hand or servant match. So if Tiffany wins, Fallon Henley has to become Tiffany's servant. If Tiffany loses, well, she's going to be getting her hands dirty, cleaning toilets, probably mopping backstage, all sorts, whatever you can think of. It does sound like a proper 1990s gimmick match that we've got going on here, and sounds like it could be a lot of fun for TV as well. Fallon Henley has recently broke away from Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, so she's going to need something to do going forward on TV and NXT. Makes me feel like she could be losing this match, so for that reason, I'm going for Tiffany to pick up the victory and Fallon to become the servant. Not probably what Fallon had in mind when she broke away from Jensen and Briggs. We've got Roxanne Perez taking on Arianna Grace. Of course, Roxanne was still looking to get her hands on Kiana James after deadline. Arianna Grace took an opportunity to get in her face, and of course, being very beauty pageant as she does, Roxanne didn't take too kindly to it, slapping Arianna around the face. We've got the match set up here for this show. To be fair, it would be kind of fun to see Roxanne cost the match here, because Arianna Grace is fairly new to the NXT scene, really liking the gimmick as well. I feel that Grace has more to gain out of this match. However, I don't bet against Roxanne Perez. I think Perez is picking up the W. We've got a 6-man tag team match. Dragon Lee, the North American champion, with the Latino World Order members Wacky Wild and Cruz del Toro, taking on the No Quarter Catch crew. It looks to be Drew Gulak, Osbourne, and Damon Kemp. Charlie Dempsey is competing on behalf of NXT in Japan at this point. I believe it's All Japan, the new partnership that WWE has going into 2024. For me, looking at this is basically a clash in styles. Lucha Libre versus mat-based technician. Which is better? The no-fly zone for Drew Gulak is back. However, I think the babyfaces and the high flyers will be picking up the win. I don't bet against Dragon Lee right now as the North American champion. It's fun to make a new contender. However, I don't see Gulak's group being the guys to do it. So for me, Dragon Lee and LWO to pick the victory. We've got the men's breakout tournament final. Riley Osbourne versus Oba Femi. Riley Osbourne has really impressed me, I've got to say, through this tournament. Certainly unknown to me. Oba Femi, we've seen him before on NXT TV, now brought back for the breakout tournament. I feel big things are planned for Oba Femi, so for me, I'm going for him to pick up the victory. I wouldn't be surprised if he's hot-shotted into the main event scene, into the championship scene of NXT. However, I do think Riley Osbourne will be a great contender for that North American Championship. I suppose it could go either way, but I'm going with Oba Femi. We have the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Lyra Valkyria going against Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport, of course, winning the Iron Survivor Challenge at NXT Deadline. NXT have been building this as well as a first-time ever match, a big-time deal. 2 women who have been around the world and never crossed paths, and they almost had a match in NXT UK before Lyra got injured. Of course, Blair has been taking people out in the parking lot. She's got some enemies in the locker room. Of course, Nikita Lyons is the first one to return and could be a factor in this match. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a screwy finish. I think Lyra Valkyria will retain the championship. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a triple threat match at Vengeance Day at the start of February, because I believe Lyra versus Cora Jade will be the current stand and deliver direction. So for that reason, I think there is a need to drag this one out a little bit. So I will say that Lyra will pick up the win, but I don't think it'll be clean. I think Nikita Lyons will be the one that will get involved. And well, Nikita's actually made claims. She wants revenge on Blair Davenport, but she also wants the NXT Women's Championship. Keep an eye out on this one. Last but not least, the main event of this show. Ilja Dragunov, of course, has been hurt by Ridge Holland, but is good to go for this match. Will be defending the NXT Championship against Trick Williams. Of course, Trick winning the Iron Survivor Challenge, of course, for the men at NXT Deadline. Of course, from the grasps, really, he got all of his falls in like the last 90 seconds of the match. Very thrilling stuff, and definitely one of my favorite matches from NXT last year. But with Trick, of course, it's all about the Trick Mello game. What's been going on? We still don't know who attacked Trick Williams way back when. Of course, Carmelo was accused. Then, of course, it looked like it was Lexis King. Then Lexis King got the match with Carmelo Hayes. And then, well, after Lexis had lost the match, he basically said he did it to get the TV time. It was nothing to do with him. So is it Carmelo, after all, who's been looking to try and make this match a triple threat match? Of course, Trick has not done that. He wants the solo effort. So I do wonder How is this going to go down? The real question here is, was it Carmelo Hayes or was it someone else? Because if it really was Carmelo Hayes, he will cost Trick Williams this match. But the other way you could go around it is you could see some miscommunication, Hayes dragging this out a bit further, accidentally costing Trick the match, and then we find out at Vengeance Day or somewhere around there that Hayes was the culprit. One way or another, we need to get to a conclusion of this storyline. I feel that it's been going on for a few months now, and well, it's good to know who done it. It was a nice little twist that Lexis King said he'd done it and then actually said, look, no, I tricked everybody. So now we have another reason to see who it really was. Everyone believes it was Carmelo Hayes. He feels like the guilty party, but if it's someone else, it just gives Trick something else to do between now and Stand and Deliver. I still believe Trick versus Melo is the match for Stand and Deliver, but how we get there is going to be pretty darn exciting. Again, I mentioned triple threat matches earlier in this video. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dragunov versus Williams versus Hayes at Vengeance Day, but hey, that's just me speculating at this point. So enough speculating and predicting from me. It's now your turn in the comments below. How do you see this show playing out? Thank you for watching as always. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share and subscribe. May I say Happy New Year to you as well. Hope 2024 is your year. And of course, if you want to check out more videos on this channel, then I highly recommend first subscribing, turning on notifications, and then checking out the videos on the side of your screen right now, including Raw Day 1 predictions and as well SmackDown New Year's Revolution. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. I'll see you for the next video. Take care. Speak to you soon.